Welcome everyone. This is a video of my solo trip up Champlain, starting in the southern part around Chipman Point and sailing up to around the Barn Rock area. On this trip I did make it to Burlington, which is about 53 miles, but this video just shows the first 2 days of the trip where I put the boat in the water and actually get to my very first anchorage. So we got the boat in the lake, Champlain today, Lake Champlain. The goal is to sail up to Burlington from Chipman Point, which is about a 51-mile sail. 50 miles, whatever. I have a holiday weekend. It's Labor Day, so I am leaving Friday. It's Friday night right now, so I'm in the water. I've sailed about 3 or 4 miles, I think. I'm sitting just outside of let's see, Fort Ticonderoga. If you see it, it's right off of there somewhere. There it is. Yeah. Give you a little tour of the boat. Got a McGregor 22 Venture, I guess it is, 1983 trailer sailor from the berth. Kind of storing all my stuff up there for the weekend because I don't have any kids to have to sleep up there. So I got my food. I got a couple storage bins of just sailing gear, the essentials, the fire extinguishers, the horns, the flares, all that good stuff. Some clothing, my fan, my Makita fan, my builder, so I got all sorts of Makita stuff. Tons of batteries for them, which is good. Got the Makita radio outside. Yep, can't go without that. Yeah, got the adult beverage. It's that time of night, anchor's out, so we're adult beveraging it now. But I will be sleeping on the pretty much the table bed. It's down into a bed right now. It's not even a table yet. I have yet to make the table, so I just have the sheet of plywood cut kind of perfectly for covering the hole, and that's my blow up dinghy, a couple extra fuel tanks, batteries, good storage under there really. And I don't know if it is going to be like super essential to have this table kind of built. I mean, it'd be nice, I guess, with the family, but we get by without it. I mean, so got the crank right here. This is a winch for the keel. I believe it's like 500 to 1,000 pound lead keel, or it's lead. I believe it's lead, or it might be steel or cast iron. It's probably cast iron. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Bolts in right here, and then it retracts up and down into the center of this, like the center of the boat right here. So you can really get this boat into like nothing for water. I mean, I think I put this in like a foot of water and not hit bottom, which is super cool. I got the pop-up right now. I got the pop-up up. I built these. Didn't come with these, so I had to build these little legs right here that kind of hold the top up as you pop it up. Gives you full head height, which is nice. I can stand without banging my head. So, got the classic Coleman stove. Coleman's awesome. You can't go wrong with Coleman. That thing always works. So yeah, I'll be cooking a little spaghetti tonight, but I don't even know if I brought my, let's go see if we found it. Got the, here I've got the backpack, but I don't know if this backpack has a can opener in it, and I'm really concerned. I might have to get some MacGyver in or something to get this my pasta sauce opened up to make spaghetti tonight. So, I mean, I don't see it right off the bat. I'm gonna have to go through this a little bit better. It might be in there. So got a good amount of food on the boat. You know, I got a whole storage bin there full of food, and then some grapes and some adult beverages, more adult beverages under my seat here. And I got another cooler just packed full of goodies. A nice steak to cook tomorrow, charcoal grill back there. So the goal is to make it up to kind of like Barn Rock. There's a nice anchorage there where hopefully I can go ashore and fire up a grill and cook some good food. I'm really hoping that I could cook a good meal, because I've been on this boat, I don't know, half a dozen times or better now for weekends, and I'm always just eating the same thing: hot dogs and sandwiches, you know. So I'm really hoping to cook like some baked potatoes and steak and corn on the cob, and have like a real like steak and potatoes dinner where it's just like, yeah. So I'll keep posted. Hopefully we get there, you know. But besides that, just bring it out in the cockpit, I guess. This boat came with sweet cushions. I mean, they're ghetto, but you know, the blue ones are awesome. I mean, they're all in terrific condition, which is so awesome. I mean, you could just really quickly on a boat. All the sails are in okay condition. My wife already had to sew some of them. Bless her soul, she knows how to sew so well, and figured out how to get the right string and all this. And I mean, sails, I found out, are not cheap. So you're sailing on a shoestring. It's like anything that you can fix or do on your own, the better. I mean, I think I've got maybe $2,000 into this boat right at the moment to get it where it is, and it is awesome. It gets me all over the place, which is so cool. I came without a rudder or a tiller, so here is my homemade tiller setup right here. It's a piece of ash I actually milled with my own sawmill, and then that is just a piece of 3/4 inch plywood that I fiberglassed, epoxied, put some bottom paint on at the water line, and I actually made you can see the brackets. I forget the name of them. Whatever the name of the bracket is, it holds the damn critter on. But yeah, there were a couple $100 for the stainless steel ones, and I'm sure one day I will buy stainless steel because these ones are already getting rusty. But it didn't cost me a cent. You know, it's scrap metal. Welded it up. Steers the dang boat. You know, what are you gonna do? So, got myself a sweet little, the cheapest motor you can get, pretty much, brand spanking new. Suzuki 2.5 horsepower 4-stroker. This 4-stroke is water cooled, so you gotta have the thing in the water to run it, which is no big deal. But so far I've had good luck with it. I mean, I think it was like $650, and it gets me in and out of the docks and onto the trailer, and you know, whatever, you know, you need the motor for. So, but anyway, it's getting dark. I'm gonna cook dinner, and we'll touch base tomorrow and see if the wind is any good, and maybe we'll get some video of some sailing. And like I said, I'm hoping to get up to Barn Rock and do a little rock climbing, cook some good food. It's probably like 20-25 miles away, maybe closer to 30. So tomorrow will be a long day to get up there, I think. Especially if the wind is as light as it was today. So let's see. Tough to get any good lighting right at the moment. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. There we go. A little better right there. Something like that. I just woke up because I heard the wind kind of kicking. I had to use the bathroom, so went outside. I realized we were probably 20-30 yards offshore further than we were when I anchored. So I realized we were dragging a bit. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. The wind definitely picked up. I mean, it's not super strong, but it's real consistent wind. Yeah, you can't see it or anything. Well, good morning, everybody. Beautiful morning on Champlain. Sunrise just peeking up over the hillside behind me. It's absolutely gorgeous. Got a nice, consistent, or like a 5-knot wind right at the moment. Got the mainsail up, filled, and we're just cruising downwind right at the moment. Yeah. Hopefully this wind stays like this. I mean, gosh, we'll make some good distance today with wind like this, but it already feels like it's dying out. So. Get the jib up. Sun just creeping over the hillside. It's probably like 7 o'clock at this point. Too many other people out here. Hairdressers, mechanics, doctors, bakers, daycare workers, train operators, everyone. Just had the wind hit me a little bit. Probably heeled over 15, 20 degrees. Got the fort up on the hillside. What would that look like? What would that look like? And it's not just a French country thing. Mexico, Afghanistan, Thailand, Tanzania, they all at the wind is blowing pretty consistently right now, about 10-15 knots, I would say, but I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue how strong wind is yet, or how. I have no wind beat or nothing. I'm just judging what I might feel. So, got a big old wood mill over there, lumber mill. Past the ferry back there. I was really nervous about getting my keel hung up in that ferry's cable system, but I was able to swing and give it a big wide berth and no problem. Thank God. Alright, the wind is definitely strong today. I just dropped my sails because I got to get a reef in before I go any further. Feel comfortable. Cook breakfast. Trying to get past the ferry and being concerned about the cable system. I see this nice little inlet here behind me. I'm going to try to right into here somehow. I can see some flat, calm water, so I'm hoping I can get somewhere where this wind isn't reaching me and I can toss anchor and just have a little bit of a break for a second before I keep sailing. So, get them over there. I just had breakfast, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous at this point about getting above the bridge and into the big part of the lake. Just because this morning it was pretty exciting sailing just down here on the little part of the lake where the wind isn't probably nearly as strong and you're not 5 or 10 miles from shore, so yeah. Kind of made my stomach turn a little bit thinking about it, but 7 miles into my 50-mile trip, and I'm pretty sure I'll make it up to Barn Rock today with no problem, especially with the way the wind is. So I'm just going to relax for a minute, see if I can get my stomach to settle, drink a little coffee, and then I'll pull up the anchor and probably going to reef the mainsail before I get going, because this morning it could have been reefed. I mean, I was definitely heeling over pretty well, and when I tried to get the sails down, that was exciting. So yeah, definitely going to try out having the reef in, see if that makes things a little more comfortable sailing wise. I mean, speed was definitely not an issue this morning. We were flying along. I think we did, 5 miles in under an hour, so we were cruising. Yeah, just kind of anchored out right now in a tucked myself into this little cove because there's still some good wind, but you can kind of see over there there's some flat water. So I had to let the anchor line out twice already because I was just dragging right across in this little weedy cove here. It's not even really a cove, it's just kind of like a little point there of land that gives me a little bit of shelter. Not much, but so. Alright, kind of got the boat somewhat organized. Had breakfast. At this point, I am going to go and, I guess they say, weigh anchor, so I'm gonna weigh the fucking anchor. Ooh, excuse my language. I'm gonna pull the anchor up out of the mud, pretty much. It's gonna have weeds all over it too, which is gonna be a pain in the butt, I'm sure. And I got a reef in the mainsail, and we got, I don't know, maybe 12 to 14 miles to get past Crown Point Bridge, I think, and that's gonna be my goal, to do that, or hopefully around lunchtime, get there around 12, 1 o'clock, I think. See if I can't find somewhere to tuck in up there for lunch. Yeah, then I will keep on pushing forward. I got 24 miles right now to make it to Barn Rock Cove, where I'm hoping to spend the night again. So it's a good amount of sailing, especially since this is really my first big trip on this boat. I was up at Lake George last weekend, but maybe 2 weekends ago with the family, and I think we did roughly like 28 miles of sailing in the weekend, and this is about doubling that, what I'm doing. You know, I'm doing 28 miles in a day today, so. Alright, here we go. Let's get the anchor pulled up. We are drifting, so I need to get the sails up before we get onto shore here. Coffee. I'm gonna spill my coffee. Maybe I'm not hoisting the main. Look at the motor going, steer us into the wind. Get out of this mucky shit. Let's see if I can get it. We are drifting, so I need to get the sails up before we get onto shore here. Coffee. I'm gonna spill my coffee. Maybe I'm not hoisting the main. Look at the motor going, steer us into the wind. Get out of this mucky shit. Give me a quick look at freaking amount of weeds are on my rudder. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to get that cleaned off in a hurry. Okay. Got my life jacket on. We're on the small part of the lake right now, and there are no boats out here. No boats, just me. And the waves are a foot, you know? So I'm really nervous about getting up towards Burlington and Shelburne, where the lake opens up. Even after the bridge, I mean, I'm sure you get beyond that bridge, and I know the lake gets bigger, so. But, yeah, I'm just kind of ripping downwind right now. I got the mainsail reefed up, so as you can see, it's not heading reefing lines. Boom. Kind of makeshift point back here. Trying to be gentle on this hill, I know.
His ballads, yeah. Luther hated when people would misinterpret his music and call him
make a long run before we have to tack on.
Oh, you make all those baby making things
really nice.
Also,
you know?
jazz it up with the timeless musician and two-time Grammy winner, Samara Joy. We used to
put on some music and keep on boogieing.
And finally,
Hoping to tuck right behind that point there. Get the anchor out. Actually, it don't look like a bad spot over there. Leeward side of the. Yeah, I think we're gonna head over there to that big house, kind of tuck ourselves in that cove. That looks a little bit easier. Be easier for me to head north from there too. You don't have to go south to go north. Getting some pretty good waves rolling through. We're after the bridge now. Just behind us. I can see the waves coming in. Definitely getting this rolling. Just running the mainsail. Right out. We got this one guy actually right off behind me. I can barely see him there. Motoring his sail right now. His jib is just flapping to shreds because sorry. I'm just gonna focus on sailing. Yeah, start turning on the music off. Put the music back on because I got comfortable again out here a little bit. Not that the conditions have changed. I think I found the sweet spot of the boat, and the way the wind and the current's going. I'm just kind of totally going with the wind and the current. So I'm making really good time. I thought I wouldn't get to my anchorage until maybe 7-ish or so, and I'm thinking I might get there maybe within the next hour, which will be before 6. So that means I've been cranking probably like 5, 6, maybe 7 knots. I don't even know, to tell you the truth. I know I've been flying. I can just feel it. But yeah, I mean, I had a pretty scary spot back there. As you can see, I just shut the camera off, and I had the main sheet come ripping out of my hand, and that got loose. And then I went to grab it, and the boat got out of whack, so I pulled the jib sheet loose so that the boat wouldn't heel so bad, and in that process the jib sheets went flying through the front of the boat, and the jib sheet, the sail just was flapping in the breeze for probably a good minute before I was able to cut the halyard loose and get that thing down. And that was scary as shit because of the conditions I had to go up on the deck in. And I got the jib down, and I ended up tying the halyard off. I'm not sure if you can see it. I tied the halyard off to the front stanchions up there because the jib kept on trying to go back up even though I pulled it down. So it wasn't a good thing. I was all nerved up for a short time, but at this point I think I can visually see where my anchorage is. It's just across the lake a good ways, 3-point-something miles. So I'm just gonna and what's nice is I don't think I'm gonna have to make one jive to get there. I have been on this same exact tack for probably 2 hours now, and for gosh sakes, staying on the same tack on a lake for 2 hours is like, wow. The little lakes I'm used to, Bombazine and over to Lake George and even Harmon Reservoir, where I've been with this so far, it's like every 5 minutes you have to make a jive, and I'm just in heaven on this lake, being able to make these extended tacks and just keep on cruising, and you can really feel the distance you cover. It's amazing. It's so cool. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little more confident that I will actually make it to Burlington tomorrow. So I think I'll probably cut across the lake and hug the Vermont side so that I don't have to come across the big portion of the lake at the top. I'm not too sure. I might just go up the New York side and cut across the lake just to get the experience and the feel of something big like that. So excited for the anchor out. You know, usually I'm excited to go sailing, but today I'm excited to put the anchor out. Well, we made it to our anchorage. It was a eventful sail down through here. 31 miles today we did. It was a pretty good day. I'm exhausted. It kicked my butt. It was a lot of work. A lot more than I expected. About 20 miles to go tomorrow. Hope to stop off at Barn Rock and do a little bouldering into the water. Jump off the cliff into the water or something. Oh, I'm tired. Get some food and just go to bed probably. Yeah, we had you were saying a little bit of excitement with the jib sail breaking loose and then having to drop the main just to get the boat back under control and put the motor in the water. I'll tell you, when you don't have the sails up out there, you really feel how rough that lake is, because we got tossed around like a mofo when them sails got dropped and we had no power. And that little trolling motor, I mean, it helped, but it's not the back of the boat was coming out of the water. That motor was coming out of the water every swell, so it wasn't like it's not good for it, obviously. You know, if it's a liquid cooled motor, you want that thing to be in the water all the time. So, but what an experience. Definitely a little more challenging than I expected it to be. Certainly just full body, you know. Like sometimes you're just so tense because of the nervousness, I don't know, the exhilaration of sailing. I mean, gosh, my legs hurt for some reason, and all I did was sit today. So, anyway, I'm gonna cook dinner and hit the bed, and we'll see you in the morning. Hopefully the wind is as good as it was today, because man, we'll be in Burlington in a blink of an eye if it is. Just want to get a real quick video of this cove this morning before I set out. I already weighed anchor, got the motor warming up. But this place, I got in here last night and it was protected, and I was so happy to be in here because it was rough out yesterday. But this morning it's glass. And I mean, you can see the little inlet there. Got some guys fishing over there. But it's heaven. Absolutely heaven. I couldn't have woken up in a more beautiful spot. And this is why I do this. At this point, unfortunately, due to my lack of battery power on the boat, I wasn't able to charge my phone any longer and couldn't continue making videos of the second day that I sailed up to Burlington from Barn Rock. It was a light wind day, not very much exciting sailing, unfortunately. I did get to fly my spinnaker for about 4 hours, which was really cool. With all that being said, this trip was an amazing adventure, and I absolutely cannot wait for the next one. I hope you all enjoyed this video and join me for my next one. Ciao.